And I disagree, and I say not enough.
Om Jananing Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurun Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhur Muhur. We salute Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, the embodiment of love and grace and compassion. From peace, peace, peace. There is always a joy, great joy. I'm coming in this place for the last 30 years almost. And many of our old friends, they have become too old to come. And some also have left the world. We are in the line. We are moving in the same line. And so, but it's a very unique thing to see that new generation, young people, boys and girls are coming to join, and it's very inspirational to see that. Shobha, she is giving an inspiration, always carrying this connection between the old and the new. But Sri Ramakrishna came. That's the purpose of Sri Ramakrishna's coming. Why he came? What is the purpose of his coming? There is a deep significance that the spiritual tradition, which is the glory of the ancient India, that tradition which gives us the connection between us, our little self, and the bigger self, that connection of our divine entity within, Sri Ramakrishna came to revitalize that and give a new direction to manifest that truth within to a new direction means to understanding our real divinity. And the Upanishadic sages which have been declared long back by the sages, we all know that verse, Shrinnantu Vishwe, Amritasya Putraha, Ajidhamani Divyani Tastu, Vedahumetam Purushang Mahantam, Adityavarnam Tamasha Parastat, Tamevu Viditva Atimritumeti, Nana Pantha Vidyate Ayanayo, Nana Pantha Vidyate Ayanayo. There is no other way. The ancient sages said, openly declared that truth, that I have known that truth, knowing which one can cross the ocean of birth and death, the darkness of life, and get to illumination. Sri Ramakrishna came after a long time to revalidate that experience and to declare that it is everyone's property. All of us are the inheritors of that infinite bliss, infinite ocean of joy, infinite bliss, peace. So how to reach that path? He has given a new direction. Not only sitting in the temple, in the name of spirituality becoming tamashika, to be rajasic, and to transcending that rajasa quality to be sattvika, and transcend that sattvika quality to be totally deep into the ocean of knowledge and bliss. So he gave a practical direction by living a life. His coming is a phenomena because it is not for one person or a few people like those who came around Sri Ramakrishna for their spiritual growth, but it is giving an impulse into the force of spirituality so that all of us can move in the journey of infinity. And his best voice is Swami Vivekananda, who expressed this idea that we are to manifest the divinity which is within us, and in our all action, in our all thought, by transforming our personalities. His clarion call, as you all remember, that we are all divine, we are all potentially divine. We are divine, but we do not know. But to manifest that divinity, to manifest that hidden wisdom which is within, to bringing out in our life is the goal of our life. And how to do it? By being involved in the action which our life demands. We are not in the ancient age that people will go into the forest and secluded place and they will live very simply and can get the meditation and samadhi. But it is we are all working people. Sri Ramakrishna didn't come only for few monastics or few yogis, but he came for the whole world. And that whole world, as we people in the whole world, how to find the solution of the life's problem. And how in action the spirituality can be transmitted. That is Sri Ramakrishna's contribution, and Vivekananda spread that message. That story all of you know. Sri Ramakrishna one day talking about the Vaishnava doctrines of Jive Daya, and hearing that he said Jive Daya, compassion to Jiva, individual soul. Who are you? Jive Daya Nai, Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. This is the principle, Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. To serve, that's the greatest message in the modern age. How to make the spirituality practical in every moment of our life. Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. We are doing all service. We are taking care of our children. We are taking care of our mother, husband, wife, all this. But we are all tired of doing that. It is a karma. It is a tension. It is an anxiety. It is likes, dislikes. All these are playing tremendous role. And doing all these works, we are all frustrated. At the end we think, oh, this is called world, this is so bitter. But Sri Ramakrishna came here give this idea. It is not jiva, it is not husband, it is not wife, it is not children, it is not mother, it is not mother-in-law, it is not father-in-law. It is Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. God, God, God. Term it Shiva, say it is Rama, say it is Ma, whatever language, call it Atman, Brahman, whatever name. But to serve, whom you are serving? Serving God in others. And there is no other. Is one absolute reality appears to be multiple. And there we see differences. We see the outer form and name of the reality, of the personality. But who is inside? Inside is the same eternal truth, Satchidananda truth. Or we simply call Shiva. Shiva is in it. To serve Shiva, not work, but worship. And we are doing that worship. Sri Ramakrishna brought a tremendous transformation in the thought current of the world by using this example, Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. And Vivekananda could understand when it came out of the mouth of Sri Ramakrishna, and he said that, oh, what a message I got today. If mother gives me a chance, I will spread this message to the whole world. And he did it. Shiva Gyane Jiva Seva. Whole Ramakrishna order is been set by this philosophy, whom we are serving. Atma Mukti Jagatita means Jagat is who? It is God. It is divine. Anything we are doing from morning till now, what you have done, what I have done, we serve only Shiva, 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 Shiva. But foolishly we do not know that. And that's why I thought I did it for you or some of your friend. And you say, oh, they betray, they love, they hate. All these things come into picture. But if it is done for Shiva, the expectation goes away. What a transformation comes. Whole Gita's ideal is manifested in this simple formula. And you know, this Ramakrishna tradition, Ramakrishna order, the sadhus would have come only to meditate and get into samadhi. But this Ramakrishna mission was set by Swami Vivekananda under the direction of Ramakrishna. For what? To service to humanity as service to God. It's theoretical, you are listening every day. We are here talking about this truth every day. But how to apply it in life, how to make it a practical reality in our life, let us think from today, that when you give a glass of water to someone, whom you are giving Shiva. Only form, name is different. Anything we did from morning, only we do not know that we are serving God. So this awareness is to be aroused in our heart, and we must have to apply this formula in our day-to-day life. We may put this question, more normally is our question everyday life, that I have no time, I am so busy. When shall I call upon God? Morning time busy, noon time busy, I am going to office, so many duties and responsibilities. True. No time for God, or every moment is God. If we bring this philosophy and this reality that God is in everywhere, and it is nothing but the infinite ocean of consciousness which appears in the multiple form of name and form, one ocean, infinite ocean. That's the greatest example given in the scriptures, that when all the waves and ripples are not the all ocean, are not the all H2O, name and form are the differences, but in content is the reality. So this is the ancient wisdom of the Indian spiritual tradition, that knowing this, only people can overcome death. We are dying every day because of this not knowing and acting the same thing and getting our life meaningless. And at the end of our life, we cry and weep and go. Swami Vivekananda gave this idea, manifested in his action, and he gave that if God can be worshipped in the temple, can he not be worshipped in a living human personality? Only difference is that if we give anything to God, he does not tell us anything bad. You prepare a good meal or bad meal, just you offer his bhogam, and God will return the same thing. So, therefore it is easy to serve God in the temple, but very difficult to serve in the human personality. But you know, that is the challenge of spirituality. We focusing on the external. Why not with the internal? Who is there as consciousness? We don't go to serve a dead body. We serve a person who is alive. And what is the sign of his life? Behind the prana, behind the mana, behind the intellect, behind the ego, is that eternal consciousness. And we are all serving that one God who permeates and pervades everywhere. So the same reality which is inside is taking a form and name, and that is being worshipped everywhere. So this is a new sadhana, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. We have to practice every day that what we are doing puja. Whatever action we are doing, it's offering to the Lord. I give the example, very simple example, we may be tired of hearing that you cook every day. And after cooking you eat, we all ate. And we criticize the food, good, bad, etc. And we get tired by serving, cooking and serving. But when you do the same cooking, and you offer it to God, what is the difference? Cooking part is the same, ingredients are the same, all the items and the process of cooking is also same, and the food prepared is the same. When we are eating minus God, then it is called ordinary meal. And you are offering to mentally, offering means what? You see, you are saying, oh Lord, please have it. I prepared for you. No? And we believe, do not know, it is bhogam, it has become purified. It is purified food. How it become bhogam? And how we feel prasad? And we are very blessed. We say, oh, I have a prasad. I went to Belur Math gave the prasad. What is Belur Math prasad and outside prasad different? Bhogam, khichuri there and khichuri, the same cook can cook the khichuri outside also. And Belur Math also. Does it make a difference? But there is some difference. Difference is that you are feeling that you are offering to God. And you feel God has taken it. How it taken? We may say, Arey, how God has taken, what is the proof of it? I give 8 Rasagulla to Thakur, and 8 Rasagulla comes back. You give 10 mango comes back. That's why we give, otherwise we would have been careful. But what God takes, that's God takes. Does God take anything? Yes. Devotion. Patrang puspang phalam toyam yome bhaktya prajachati tadaham bhakti uparisam asnami prajatatmano. Gita says, patra, puspa, flower, or whatever food you give, and who gives with devotion, I take that devotion. I accept that devotion. How? Ramakrishna saw that. Ramakrishna saw that mothers, from the eyes of mother, the ray of light came and it touched all the type of food and then withdrawn. The ambrosia of the mother's grace descended. Ramakrishna saw it. It is not Ramakrishna saw out of a, you may say, hallucination. It is supported by the Upanishad. In the Upanishad it says, Deva nasnanti na pivanti drishtva trippanti. Gods don't eat like us, we eat the gross food. Deva na asnanti na pivanti. They don't drink water or juice or whatever you give. But drishtva trippanti. They get tripta. They get satisfied. They get very pleased by glancing at it. So that kind glance comes. So we can do that and have everyday prasad. When we prepare our meal, we can mentally say, oh Lord, I offer it, I have offered for you, please accept. With this love and devotion when we can do, this cooking then become a puja. And actually we do feel puja when Durga Puja comes or any puja comes and you participate into it, preparing some meal. How blessed you feel. Because you're doing for God, for God, for God. We can apply that same principle in our day-to-day life. So that is the purpose of Sri Ramakrishna's coming. Religion is not mystified. Religion is not far away. God is not too much outside the domain of ordinary perception. God is palpable. God is here. God is with us now and here. And we are not looking at that reality. And Sri Ramakrishna made it so easy that what you are doing, just think. Don't look at the personality, but think that who is in the person. That person may be God plus the personality. And all of us is the pure Satchidananda, pure self. But the personality, my mind, ego, intellect, and all these angularities of my emotions and other things, is a blockage through which the inner light is passing through. When it comes out, someone is brutal, someone is loving, someone is caring, someone is dedicating life for protecting some innocent people. Someone is going to kill that person because of that levels of impurities in the levels of body, mind, emotion and ego. So how to purify that? That is the process, Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. To think, I am not serving the other aspects of it, but I am serving who is inside. And I give it my hands off. And I have nothing to expect from anything, anywhere. Because I am serving God and God will give me what I am to do. So, I need not have to take much time because Swamiji is here. We want to hear from him. You have heard me again and again. But main point, one point I want to emphasize today, that let us make our spiritual life palpable. Not in the shrine room, but in every action. By manifesting this idea that there is same divine in everyone and I am serving the divine only. And our action is an offering as a worship. And this we can do, this purification of the level of our body, mind, emotion, ego, all be all purified. We are talking about the offering food and prasad. That's a prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. When God's grace comes, all dukkha, all suffering goes away. And mind becomes purified. The world becomes a full of ocean of joy for a person of realization who thinks of God in this way, that every action I am serving God, I am worshipping God, as not with a flower in the temple, but with my action into the mopping the floor. Yes, it is spiritual. It can be done because it is Lord's house. I am staying there. I am cleaning His house. So bringing God into equation is the most important thing, what Sri Ramakrishna said, and we can do it. Ramakrishna said, the whole world is meaningless, minus God. You put all called meaningless means 0, 0, 0, 0. That's why many people, many accomplished people, at the point of death, they say, oh, what did I do? Whole life is gone. No one cares for me. I got so much, I did so much, but no one thinks of me. And frustration and depression. But one can be filled with joy. Whatever I've done whole life, I've served God only. But that should be also accompanied with your meditation and prayer also. But the major portion is that our action can be done. Ramakrishna said everything is 0, 0, 0. But you put 1 behind the 0, then a 1 0 becomes $10. 2 0 becomes 100. 0 does not meaningless then. 0 becomes meaningful if we put the 1 behind that. And that 1 is to be put in our life, otherwise life is frustration. Life is meaningless. Therefore, Sri Ramakrishna's message is this: bring God into equation in everything and do everything. Ramakrishna said, first God and then the world. World is 0. If we put God, then it becomes God's world. So that is our sadhana. And we spend our time in useless things, many, many useless things. Chit-chat, gossip, criticism, fight. The real genuine people should have to will withdraw their mind and put this time usefully in proper, meaningful way of living. So Sri Ramakrishna's blessings are with us, and we can move forward. We are all devotees. You are all coming for Vedanta for a long time, and you are interested in, yes, it is a great sign of our development, and in this life we can move forward towards God by only keeping this spiritual attitude to think of God and serving God and worshipping God through all our actions and thoughts. I end here. Thank you all. And we will introduce Maharaj Swamiji.
I think they want you to introduce him. They want you to introduce him.
Okay. We are very fortunate today to have Swami Bodhasarananda ji. Swamiji came here on the request of Swami Chetanananda Maharaj in St. Louis. There is a Kansas City new center. New center, no? Is moved to the new place. Kansas City Center was a sub-center of St. Louis. And it has moved to a new place. And for inauguration of the official consecration, Swamiji was invited. And that way, he was very kind to give some time, and we have squeezed that time, and it is too much on him, going from one place to another all the time, one day, half a day, like that. And the Swami has a great responsibility, as you know. He is the Assistant General Secretary. That means in our secretary means not the official secretary in government offices, but it is secretary is here a chief executive of the whole Ramakrishna movement. Actually, they have to steer the whole Ramakrishna movement. We have about, Swamiji said, 340 centers now all over the globe, and also many, many private centers, maybe thousands, private group of devotees who are running the institution in the ideology of Sri Ramakrishna and Mother. And Swamiji was the trustee before. He worked in our publication wing. He was the manager of our Advaita Ashram, what is the English publication wing of our one major publication wing of our all the English books you see. It is mostly Madras or Advaita Ashram, and Swamiji was there for 31 years almost, and he became the head of that Mayavati Ashram and this Calcutta, and then afterwards he was made the trustee, and then he had to move to the headquarters, and tremendous activity he is doing, and he is actually bringing so many things into reality. You will be going to Mayavati. Swami's contribution is tremendous impact there. He has created so many beautiful retreat place in retreat houses and homes to create in Mayavati high hill of Himalayas. So the publication of the books and even being busy in the headquarters, so much administrative activity, he's paying attention to develop many centers and many needs of because those centers will be the center for spreading the message of Sri Ramakrishna. So I would request Swami Bodhasarananda Maharaj to come. He is here today and tomorrow also he will be speaking. Today is Sri Ramakrishna and the harmony, no? Swami, Sri Ramakrishna and Prophet of Harmony. Welcome, Swami.
Let us invoke the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna and repeat the Maha Mantra given to us by Swami Vivekananda and purify our body and minds. You can also repeat it. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Revered Swami Sarvadevanandji Maharaj, members of the Vedanta Society of Houston, dear devotees, greetings to all of you from Belur Math, the heart of Ramakrishna movement. You have already heard that in response to the invitation extended to me by revered Swami Chaitananandaji to inaugurate the dedication ceremony of a bigger home for Sri Ramakrishna at Kansas City, that I had to come to America. And when Swami Sarvadevanandji Maharaj heard it, he phoned me and made it a point that I should visit Houston, Austin, and Dallas also. Otherwise, I was thinking just after attending this dedication ceremony at Kansas City, I will run away from there itself. So all kudos to him, all greatness to him. Swami Vivekananda on his return from the West, one day he was standing on the holy grounds of Belur Math. Then he says, the tidal waves of spirituality that have started to rise from this place will deluge the whole world. He is telling that I am not imagining it, I am seeing it before my eyes. And he says that this movement will go on for 1,500 years. He was a great rishi. He could see what is going to happen. So that's why he had that revelation. And he says that these tidal waves of spirituality will inundate the whole world. So, Sri Ramakrishna is flooding the hearts of devotees across the world. Swamiji told you that as on date, we have got 340 centers in 25 countries. Apart from this, there are 1,200 centers which are run by our devotees. And in Bangladesh, we are running about 20 centers, official centers of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, and about 100 private centers. Private in the sense, not that they belong to some devotee, but they are run by devotees under the same principle run by Ramakrishna Mission. So, if we pray, so Sri Ramakrishna has brought a great spiritual wave. He has made religion so easy. As Maharaj told you, worship of God in man. So this was great contribution of Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda, that worshipping man through God, worshipping God through man. Swami Vivekananda says, God is everywhere. He is in man. So man becomes a temple. That God is in a beast also, in a cow, in tiger, in elephant, everywhere. So that is also a temple. So he is penetrating each and everywhere, even in trees also. So that also becomes a temple. But Swami Vivekananda says that man is a Taj Mahal of all temples. As Sri Ramakrishna says, if God can be worshipped in a clay, image of clay, why not in man? So when we worship goddess in a clay image, we do pran pratishta, otherwise no worship can be done. Pran pratishta. So many mantras have to be chanted and the deity has to be invoked. But in the case of man, we don't have to do that pran pratishta. He is already living. He is pulsating with divinity. So we don't have to do anything. So if we sincerely pray to Sri Ramakrishna for devotion, for love, for purity, for a vision of God, He is going to grant us very soon. He himself says, if we walk towards God one step, He walks 10 steps towards us. So He has made spirituality very easy for us. But the problem is, with our devotees, we have got 3 photographs of Sri Ramakrishna. And you will notice that in all the 3, he is merged in deep meditation. His eyes are closed. So if devotees take it for granted that we will tell Sri Ramakrishna, we worship you, with devotion and love, he's not going to see. His eyes are closed. But somehow by speaking itself, we can just satisfy him. You can delude your own self, but not Sri Ramakrishna. Roma says in one place, Sri Ramakrishna's his eyes are half closed, but he can see deep into the recesses of your heart. He is an indwelling soul. He is antaryami. He is antaryami. So you can deceive others, but you can't deceive your own self, that antaryami within you. Thus, I will give you just one or two examples. Once Sri Ramakrishna, he was going to Balaram Bose's house in Calcutta. Balaram Bose was a landlord. So when his guru comes, so he cannot just offer him one or two sweets. So he kept so many sweets on a tray, different types, different varieties of sweets, and mentally he offered 3 sweets and kept them at 3 places in the tray, among other sweets, and offered to Sri Ramakrishna. Strangely, Sri Ramakrishna selected only those 3 which Balaram Bose had mentally offered. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked, have I passed the examination? He didn't say anything. Balaram Bose, he didn't say. Mentally he simply offered. Mentally he offered. No, these things I mentally offered to Sri Ramakrishna. And out of so many sweets, he took only those 3. He is antaryami. He is our indwelling soul. So this is one incident. Another incident that comes to my mind is once Rani Rasmani, she used to stay at Jan Bazar in proper Calcutta. Once a while she used to come to Dakshineshwar. So one day she came with all devotion, took bath in the Ganges. Then she came to the temple to offer some flowers to Divine Mother, Ma Kali. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on an asana, deeply immersed in the thought of Divine Mother. And after Rani Rasmani offered flowers to Mother Kali, then she looked at Sri Ramakrishna, then she remembered, no, Sri Ramakrishna has got a very sweet voice and he sings beautifully Mother's songs. Then she requested Sri Ramakrishna to sing a song of Mother. So he indicated her to sit down. So another asana was put there and Rani Rasmani sat over that. And Sri Ramakrishna is sitting on another asana, on another mat. So both closed their eyes and Sri Ramakrishna began to sing a song. After some time, Sri Ramakrishna slapped. He pushed Rani Rasmani, not once, twice, and then told her, you wanted to hear a song of Mother Kali, and I am singing just to satisfy you and Divine Mother, but internally you are thinking about some court cases. Both are sitting with their eyes closed. How come Sri Ramakrishna came to know what is happening in the mind of another person there? So that's why he slapped her. So she didn't take it amiss. She became very conscious. Yes, I told him, but I am mentally thinking about some court cases. So Sri Ramakrishna is antaryami, is our indwelling soul whom you can't deceive. So he knows what is happening inside us. They say God is in the heaven, but when an ant walks, God can hear her footsteps. So like that, in our case also, Sri Ramakrishna keeps a close watch over us. Another incident that comes to my mind is once Ramchandra Datta, a staunch devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, he used to stay at Kankurgachi. He comes to pay tributes to Sri Ramakrishna on one particular Sunday. So when he was walking towards Dakshineshwar, he found in a sweetmeat shop, hot jalebis were being prepared. So he thought Sri Ramakrishna takes a little moody or something he will take in the afternoon. So let me purchase some. Sri Ramakrishna likes this particular sweet, so I will offer him that time. So he purchased some. Then when he was walking towards Dakshineshwar, one small child, poor boy, he followed him and asked him, please give me a portion of sweets. Please give me one sweet. But he will not give to him. Then, but that boy also didn't leave him. He told, no, please give me. Then out of compassion or love for that boy, he took out one and gave that sweet to that boy. So in the afternoon, when Sri Ramakrishna wanted to take a little moody, Ramchandra Datta, he got up and brought those jalebis and put before Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna took out one, he broke that jalebi, and out of disgust he threw it. Then another sweet also he took. He just somehow did like this and threw it. And he didn't eat that one. So Ramchandra Datta, he was keenly watching, but couldn't understand. It seems Sri Ramakrishna is not happy with this sweet, but I know he loves it, but he simply threw it. Then on the following Sunday, when Ramchandra Datta again comes to Sri Ramakrishna, then Sri Ramakrishna tells him during the talk that when you bring anything for me, I mentally offer it to Mother Kali, then I take it as prasad. So in future, don't offer anything that you give to me to somebody else and then give to me. Then he could connect that incident. So this is Sri Ramakrishna is Antaryami. He didn't tell him anything, but he could know everything. Another small incident, Sri Ramakrishna was very young that time. He didn't know anything about Keshav Chandra Sen also that time. He was going to a particular place in North Calcutta, and then he heard just in a nearby temple, Brahmo devotees are there, they are going to assemble, and they will meditate there. Just out of curiosity, he stepped into that temple, that shrine. Just from doorstep itself, he saw. It was just like this evening. All the lights were very dim. One could hardly see the faces of the persons who were sitting there. And Sri Ramakrishna, just from doorstep itself, he just glanced and then came out. Then he comments, so many people are meditating there, but I found only one person was sincerely meditating, and that was Keshav Chandra Sen. And all others, their minds were scattered here and there. So everybody's eyes were closed, and Sri Ramakrishna sees from there just for a second or two, but he could understand what is happening in the minds of so many people. So to that Sri Ramakrishna, we have to pray very sincerely, and he will answer to our prayers. He will answer to our prayers. So many devotees have sadhus, so many saints they have acknowledged just when they prayed sincerely, out of true devotion and love for Sri Ramakrishna, from that spirit of that dispassion, they were suitably awarded. So we have to pray to him. He has come for that only, for that purpose only. In Advaita Vedanta, we say, I am Atma, Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhava. So what is the nature of this soul? I am Atma, this Atman. Nitya, it is eternal. Shuddha, it is pure. No power in this world can contaminate it, can make it impure. Buddha, it is self-conscious. You don't need so many lights to see that inner light. It is all-pervading. It is penetrating in and through everything. Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhava. And its real nature is free. This is our true nature. So, if we, by praying to Sri Ramakrishna, by discovering Sri Ramakrishna, we can discover our own true soul. We can discover our own soul. Swami Vivekananda, in one of his songs to Sri Ramakrishna, he has written so many hymns on Sri Ramakrishna. In one hymn, he addresses Sri Ramakrishna, Advaya Tattva Samahita Chittam. So Sri Ramakrishna's mind always hovered on the highest principles of Vedanta. Highest. So when we go up high into the sky and look down, you see all those differences, they vanish. Color, caste, somebody is tall, somebody is very short, somebody is Hindu, somebody is Sikh, somebody is Muslim, or somebody belongs to some other religion. So gender, everything vanishes. It is that realization of Advaita, Advaya Tattva Samahita Chittam. So this is a perfect case of harmony. So everything is harmonized. Everything is harmonized. So as long as we are human beings, we are living in this relative life, so we see differences. Here is man, here is woman, here is a rich man, here is a poor man, here is a small child, here is something black, somebody white. So we see it is something present before us. But when you soar high into the sky, in your highest realization, you see this perfect harmony. Perfect harmony. I was talking to you about the deep meditation of Sri Ramakrishna. There was a time when Sri Ramakrishna spent 6 months in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. According to our Shastras, no man can stay in that state not more than 3 days. Sri Ramakrishna stayed for 6 months. He was practically dead to the world. He was unconscious. He was oblivious of his surroundings. 6 months he stayed in that one. Mother Kali's, she erased. Somehow one monk came from Varanasi. He used to bring forcibly Sri Ramakrishna's mind down to relative life. And that moment he used to feed something. He used to push some food into his mouth. And he somehow sustained Sri Ramakrishna's life. Otherwise it would have fallen like a dry leaf. 6 months. And in that state, even if these snakes used to crawl over his body, but he was unconscious. Birds had made nests in his hair. He was not conscious about that one. Even if a band party passed by his side, no power could break his concentration. See the intensity of thought. And behind that intensity of thought, see the wonderful, the devotion. See his concentration. See his spirit of vairagya. Only that only then that meditation can happen. When you are completely oblivious of the rest of the world. This was Sri Ramakrishna. A unique feature you find in Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Christopher Isherwood, a famous novelist, when he approaches Sri Ramakrishna, he himself writes he is a great phenomenon. A great phenomenon. He does not refer to him as a great saint or a holy person or an incarnation, because he says, if I write like this one, approach him like that, then many will be attracted towards him, while others will be repelled. So that's why he approaches him as a great phenomenon. And he says that a great phenomenon is always extraordinary and mysterious. So Sri Ramakrishna was a mysterious person. There is an aura of mystery around him. And this aura of mystery we find in him right from while he was born. You know the story. Sri Ramakrishna's father, Khudiram Chattopadhyay, when he went to Gaya, now that name has been changed into Gaya Ji. So in Bihar, he had gone on a pilgrimage, or maybe to offer some pindas to his ancestors. And then when he was there, he was sleeping, then he had a dream of Lord Vishnu. In Gaya, you find the feet of that Vishnu Pada, the feet of Vishnu, an ancient temple, and hundreds and thousands of people go there every year to offer pindas and worship to Lord Vishnu. So maybe that Khudiram Chattopadhyay, he had also gone with that idea, and he was sleeping there during night, and when he got a dream, Lord Vishnu appears before him and tells him that I'll be born as your son. He got up, he told, no, I am a poor man. I will not be able to maintain you. I will not be able to look after you because I am a poor. I hardly get something to eat, and how I can sustain you, how I can look after you. He told, no, whatever you take, that only you offer to me, I will be satisfied. So this was the vision Khudiram had before the appearance of Sri Ramakrishna, before the advent of Sri Ramakrishna. And strangely enough, his mother, Shyama Sundari, Chandramani, she was at Kamarpukur, just in front of Shiva temple. When she saw that light issuing forth from the image of Sri Krishna, Lord Shiva, and entering into herself. And after some time, she found she was with a child. So, his father, Khudiram, he had a vision of Lord Vishnu, and Chandramani Devi, she saw that Lord Shiva entering into his womb. So this harmony, the spirit of harmony you find right in the womb. This is something strange about Sri Ramakrishna. Many biographies have been written about Sri Ramakrishna. Shardananda, Swami Shardananda, he has written detailed and authentic life of Sri Ramakrishna. Then Christopher Isherwood, Roma Rolla, Swami Nikhilananda, and many others have written. But no biographer has given details about this. The question arises whether Sri Ramakrishna was an incarnation of Vishnu or Shiva. Nobody has dealt on the subject. They have left to us to determine it for ourselves. And then, right in the beginning itself, when he was born, He used to be engrossed in meditation. And so many people dissuaded him, but he was always absorbed in meditation. Then afterwards, many teachers came. Bhairavi Brahmani, when she came to Dakshineshwar, she was coming in a boat across Ganga, and Sri Ramakrishna he was watching from his room, and he told his attendant, Hriday, you see, Bhairavi Brahmani is coming. When she comes this side, just you bring her to my room. He told, no, how I can bring one lady to your room? No, you tell her, she will come. And when she came, Bhairavi Brahmani could recognize Sri Ramakrishna, because Mother Kali had told her that you have to initiate Sri Ramakrishna. So she had come for this purpose. And that time, Sri Ramakrishna was burning with that he had shed burning sensation all through his body. And when Bhairavi Brahmani noticed, she told, no, this is not an ordinary experience. It's not an ordinary experience. You are an avatar. You are an incarnation. Then she challenged Mathura Babu to invite all big pandits, and she is going to prove it that he is an incarnation of God. In the beginning, Mathura Babu told, yes, in the Bhagavata, we find mention of 24 incarnations. Now, wherefore you are getting another incarnation? Then she told, no, you invite all pandits and I will challenge them. Then Vaishnava Charan came. He told, yes, he is an incarnation. After some time, Gauri Pandit, he was a great sadhaka, a great spiritual aspirant. He could do homa, a yajna, on his left hand. 40 kg of wood he used to put and offer oblation to it. No man can do. Sri Ramakrishna says he could do it, so we have to believe it. He could offer this. And he says, when he came to know that Vaishnava Charan says that Sri Ramakrishna is an incarnation, he says, no, he is wrong. Sri Ramakrishna is that source from which other incarnations come. So he put Sri Ramakrishna on a higher pedestal. One day, Mathura Babu, who was his first supplier, Rani Rasmani, served Sri Ramakrishna for 6 years. We are deeply grateful to her. And Mathura Babu looked after Sri Ramakrishna's comforts for 14 years. So whenever anything used to go wrong with Sri Ramakrishna's health, he will take him to doctor, or he will take him to Calcutta or other places. 14 years he moved like a shadow. He took him on pilgrimage to various places. So one day, this Mathura Babu was sitting in his room at Dakshineshwar, that is called Kuthibadi. And Sri Ramakrishna was just walking on a veranda in front of him. When Sri Ramakrishna walked this side to that one, he saw Mother Kali is going. And when he returned, he saw Lord Shiva. He couldn't believe his eyes. 2 times, 3 times he saw this. He came running and fell flat at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. Mind you, Sri Ramakrishna was hardly maybe 20, 22 years old, a young boy. And Mathura Babu, a great landlord, and he falls flat at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. So he sees Sri Ramakrishna as an incarnation of Mother Kali and Lord Shiva. So Sri Ramakrishna had this wonderful capacity, a protean capacity, to assume divine forms. And all these divine forms and many incarnations, they merged in his person. And this is a singular example in the history of religions. In no other person we have seen that other incarnations merging in the person of one particular person. So Sri Ramakrishna is the only person with infinite capacity to assume so many forms of incarnations. And his disciples also, there was some other teachers, other devotees also had wonderful visions of Sri Ramakrishna. Gopal's mother was there. She used to carry one image of Sri Krishna, child Krishna, and it was a living entity to her. She used to see that child Krishna is sometimes climbing on her shoulders, sometimes it will be just in her lap, and always insisting, you give me milk, you take me deer, you take me. So all pranks he used to play. Nobody could see. But when Sri Ramakrishna came to Gopal's mother, he saw. And when Swami Vivekananda heard about this story, tears rolled down his cheeks. He was an Advaitin, in and out. But when he heard this story of Gopal's mother, his heart melted with devotion. So that Gopal's mother, she saw Sri Krishna in Sri Ramakrishna. So that child Krishna, then he came to Sri Ramakrishna and lived with him. Then Jatadhari, when he came from some great distance, he came. He was also carrying that Ramlala, child Rama, a living God. And when he came to Sri Ramakrishna, that child Rama's image, he also started playing with Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna used to go to Ganga to take bath, and this child Krishna will also go into the Ganga. He could see, and Jatadhari also could see, that child Rama is not coming to me, now he is moving with Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling him, come out of water, but he will not come out. So a living entity. So he was face to face with God. Unfortunately, after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, that image of Ramlala was stolen by somebody. Very unfortunate. Then Bhairavi Brahmani, once she was at Panchavati offering food to his Ishtam, Lord Krishna and Gauranga, and Sri Ramakrishna in a moment of ecstasy came out of his room, and then he came there and started taking that food which Bhairavi Brahmani had offered to his Ishtam. Then after some time, when Bhairavi Brahmani opened her eyes, she found Sri Ramakrishna taking that sanctified food, and Sri Ramakrishna also felt embarrassed. And she told, no, I see that Lord Krishna is in you. You are Lord Krishna to me. So she had that realization. Then Swami Turiyanandaji, whom Swami Vivekananda sent to America, then after Swamiji's passing away, he came to India again. Then one day he went to Puri, Jagannath Dham. Just he was climbing the stairs to go to the temple. He found Sri Ramakrishna coming out of the temple with a long garland hanging around his neck. Then in an ecstasy, Swami Turiyanandaji fell flat. Then he started searching his feet, then he couldn't see. Then he found Lord Jagannath has come in this age as Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Shivanandaji, he was staying in Varanasi. That time he had become quite old. It was year 1927 or 20 years, around 27. And daily he used to get up early in the morning to pray, to meditate. Then one day, just at early morning, all the doors and windows were closed and he was praying. Then he saw Lord Shiva with the jata, with 3 eyes and white light emanating from his body. He couldn't look at it. It was so glaring. After some time, that light became diffused, and then Sri Ramakrishna stood before him and told him that you have to live for some more years. You have to do Lord's work. You have to do my work. So to him, to Swami Shivanandaji, to Swami Mahapurush Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna revealed that one who is Kashi Vishwanath is Sri Ramakrishna in this age. To Swami Abhedananda, he had also a great vision. He found so many incarnations merging in Sri Ramakrishna one after the other. And afterwards, he composed one song also in Sanskrit that is being sung by the devotees and monks in many of our centers. So he was Sarva Deva Devi Swarupa. And to Swami Vivekananda, he was an epitome. He was an embodiment of all highest ideals of bhakti, of dispassion, of love of God, purity of mind. So time is not there. I pray to Sri Ramakrishna to shower his choicest blessings on all of us so that we can march towards him. We can have his vision, and he himself is eager to reveal himself to us. You have heard about Mrs. Wheeler, who used to stay at Montclair near New Jersey. Once Swami Shardanandji went to her place and he was narrating some incidents about Sri Ramakrishna. Then suddenly he took out one Sri Ramakrishna photo from his little diary, small diary, then showed to Mrs. Wheeler. She was surprised. Oh, is this your master? He told, why you are getting so much surprised? She told, no, when I was quite young, I was not married then. I was very sick. Doctors had given hope that I will survive. Then your master, whom I see for the first time, his photograph, he appeared by my side, touched my head, and my fever abated. And then afterwards I had no problem. Whenever I heard some Indian monk has come or Indian saint has come to America, I used to rush there. But looking at his face, I thought, no, it is not that person. Now after so many years, I am seeing the photograph of your master. So Sri Ramakrishna, out of deep love for humanity, if we simply pray to him, he will come in our life. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.